The first step is to mix your epoxy in a 1-to-1 ratio with A and B. I use alumalite epoxy and it's really easy to use. I like to mix my epoxy in a larger cup, that way I don't accidentally spill any. Now I will say, make sure you do wear gloves while working with epoxy. I'm not wearing gloves here because I tend to drop the little tiny medicine cups every time I wear gloves, but I'm not touching the epoxy. And make sure that you are wearing some sort of mask or respirator while working with epoxy. It is a chemical and can be very dangerous if not handled correctly. Use a well-ventilated room as well. You're going to make sure to scrape the sides of your medicine cups. That way you make sure you get all the epoxy that you measured out. And you're going to want to make sure that you do this a couple times and go around your cup. That way you make sure everything is out of your cup. I always let the cup resettle real quick and then I put some more in. You now want to mix your epoxy. You don't want to stir it too quickly. I have speeded this video up a little bit, but you don't want to stir it too fast because it can create bubbles. You're going to stir it until it is clear. You'll see right now that it's a bit cloudy. Make sure to scrape the edges of your cup as you stir and mix those in really good. You're going to want to scrape those edges the entire time as you are stirring. The next step is to apply the epoxy onto your cup. Turn your cup turner on and pour your epoxy over your cup. You are going to use your hand to lightly spread the epoxy all around, and don't forget the bottom of your cup. If your cup is moving on your turner, just make sure that before you let it spin for its final time for those 8 hours, that you do fix any of the leveling issues. You can see mine moved off my foam a little bit as I was pressing down, and just make sure that you do fix that. You're going to spread your epoxy all around your cup, making sure to get the bottom and all the way up to the rim. Now it's time to let your cup spin and turn so that your epoxy can cure and level. You'll need to allow your cup to spin and turn anywhere from about 8 to 12 hours. It will depend on how warm it is in your house and humidity, but once your cup is done spinning, your epoxy will no longer be wet.